After years of working in emergency medicine, certain circulation-related symptoms became impossible to ignore. Heavy legs at the end of the day, slower blood flow, reduced energy, and that constant feeling of physical fatigue seemed to appear more often with age. These were the same issues seen in countless older adults over the years, but eventually they also became personally noticeable in everyday life. At first, the assumption was simple: drink more water and the body should naturally feel better. But over time, it became clear that hydration alone was not always the real issue after 60. Many older adults are already drinking water regularly, yet still experience poor circulation, swelling, tired legs, and low energy. The deeper problem often lies in how the body actually responds to water as it ages. Blood vessels change, circulation slows, and the body becomes less efficient at moving fluids and nutrients where they need to go. That realization led to years of testing different ingredients by adding them to water daily. Some combinations sounded promising, but produced very little noticeable effect. Others worked temporarily before fading into the background. But a few specific additions consistently stood out. Certain ingredients appeared to support better circulation, lighter-feeling legs, steadier energy, and a stronger overall physical response throughout the day. What made the biggest difference was not expensive supplements or complicated routines. It was understanding how hydration and circulation work differently in the body after 60, and how small daily adjustments may help support those systems naturally. And after years of observation and personal testing, 5 specific additions repeatedly stood above the rest for helping circulation, improving body response to hydration, and making the body feel more refreshed and active again. My name is Dr. Maxwell Rowan, and in today's video, these are the 5 water additions that consistently made the biggest difference. One of the simplest additions that consistently stood out was a cucumber and mint infusion. At first, it seemed almost too basic to make any meaningful difference. But over time, this combination became one of the most refreshing and surprisingly supportive options for circulation, especially during warmer days or long periods of inactivity. Many older adults notice that as circulation slows with age, the body can begin feeling heavier, warmer in certain areas, and more sluggish throughout the day. This is where gentle hydration support can sometimes become more helpful than plain water alone. Cucumber naturally contains silica, a trace mineral that has been studied for its potential role in supporting connective tissue and maintaining the structure and flexibility of blood vessels. As blood vessels age, they gradually lose some of their elasticity, which may contribute to slower circulation and increased stiffness over time. While cucumber is not a treatment for circulation problems, adding it regularly to water may help provide mild nutritional support in a very natural and easy way. Interestingly, most of the silica is concentrated near the skin, which is why organic cucumbers are often preferred whenever possible. Mint adds another layer of support. Fresh mint contains natural compounds, including rosmarinic acid, that may help the body relax blood vessels and create a more refreshing physical response after drinking. Many people also notice that mint makes it easier to drink water consistently throughout the day, which becomes increasingly important after 60, when the body's natural thirst signals are often weaker than they used to be. The preparation itself is simple. Half a cucumber can be sliced thin and added to a large pitcher of filtered water, along with about 10 to 12 fresh mint leaves. Gently crushing the mint leaves before adding them helps release more of the natural oils and compounds into the water. Allowing the mixture to infuse for at least 30 minutes in the refrigerator creates a cleaner, cooler flavor that many people find easier to drink regularly throughout the day. What makes this combination especially useful is that it supports hydration in a way that feels lighter and more enjoyable rather than forced. And for many older adults, consistency is often what matters most when it comes to supporting circulation naturally over time. But the 4th addition worked differently because it focused less on simple hydration and more on how blood vessels respond throughout the day. Over time, one combination repeatedly stood out for helping the body feel warmer, lighter, and more energized in the morning, especially after long nights of poor circulation or stiffness. That combination was fresh lemon and raw ginger added to water. For many adults over 60, circulation tends to feel slowest early in the day. Hands and feet may feel colder, energy can feel delayed, and the body often takes longer to fully wake up. Part of this may be connected to changes in blood vessel flexibility and nitric oxide production that naturally occur with age. Nitric oxide is a compound the body produces to help blood vessels relax and widen, allowing blood to move more efficiently through the circulatory system. As the years pass, the body often becomes less efficient at maintaining those healthy nitric oxide levels. Fresh lemon juice may help support this process naturally because it contains vitamin C, an important antioxidant linked to nitric oxide activity and blood vessel health. While lemon alone is not a solution for circulation problems, many people find that adding it consistently to water creates a lighter and more refreshing response compared to plain water alone. The effect often feels subtle at first, but over time the body may begin responding more efficiently to hydration and circulation support. Raw ginger adds another important layer to the combination. Ginger contains natural compounds that have long been studied for their potential role in supporting smoother blood flow and overall circulation. Many older adults describe a gentle warming sensation after drinking ginger water, particularly in the hands, legs, and feet. Ginger may also help the body feel less sluggish during long periods of sitting or inactivity, which becomes increasingly common with age. The preparation is simple but important. The juice of one fresh lemon can be added to a glass or pitcher of water, along with a 1-inch piece of sliced or grated raw ginger. Allowing the mixture to sit for about 15 minutes helps the natural compounds infuse into the water more effectively. Many people prefer consuming it in the morning on an empty stomach, when the body is often most dehydrated after sleep and circulation tends to feel slowest. Some also choose to drink it twice daily for more consistent support throughout the day. What makes this combination stand out is that it does not rely on stimulants or quick bursts of energy. Instead, it appears to support the body's natural circulation processes gradually and consistently, which is often far more helpful for long-term comfort and daily mobility after 60. But the third addition became noticeable for an entirely different reason. While lemon and ginger seem to support circulation gradually throughout the day, beetroot appeared to affect how the body handled blood flow and oxygen delivery more directly. In fact, this was one of the few additions that many older adults reported actually feeling within a relatively short period of time, especially during walking, climbing stairs, or other physical activity. Beetroot is naturally rich in dietary nitrates, compounds that the body can convert into nitric oxide after consumption. And as nitric oxide levels increase, blood vessels may relax and widen more efficiently, helping support smoother circulation and oxygen delivery throughout the body. This process becomes increasingly important after 60 because blood vessels naturally become stiffer with age, which may reduce how efficiently oxygen and nutrients are transported to muscles and tissues. What made beetroot particularly interesting was the way many people described the effect. Some noticed their legs felt less heavy during movement. Others reported feeling slightly more endurance while walking or performing everyday tasks. The change was usually not dramatic or immediate like a stimulant, but more of a gradual improvement in how the body responded physically during the day. In many cases, the body simply seemed to move more comfortably and efficiently. The preparation itself is simple. About 100 milliliters of pure beetroot juice can be mixed with roughly 300 milliliters of water to reduce the intensity while still providing the natural nitrate content. Many people prefer drinking it in the morning or before physical activity, when circulation and oxygen demand tend to increase the most. For those who prefer a more natural homemade version, whole beets can also be blended with water directly. One thing that surprises many people the first time they try beetroot is the color change that sometimes follows afterward. Red or pink-colored urine or stool can occur after consuming beetroot, and in most cases this reaction is completely harmless. It simply reflects the natural pigments found inside the beet itself. What makes beetroot stand out among circulation-supporting ingredients is that it works through one of the body's most important vascular pathways, nitric oxide production. And because circulation efficiency becomes increasingly important with age, supporting that pathway naturally may help the body feel more active, better oxygenated, and physically responsive over time. But the second addition was probably the most intense of them all, and it was also the one that surprised many people the most. Unlike the lighter and more refreshing combinations earlier on the list, this one created a noticeable warming sensation almost immediately after drinking it. For adults struggling with cold hands, cold feet, heavy legs, or that sluggish feeling that often comes with poor circulation, this simple morning tonic became one of the most talked about additions over time. The key ingredient was cayenne pepper. Cayenne contains a natural compound called capsaicin, which is responsible for its heat and warming effect. But beyond the spicy sensation itself, Capsaicin has also been studied for its potential role in supporting blood vessel dilation and healthy circulation. As blood vessels relax and widen, blood may move more efficiently through the body, particularly into areas where circulation often feels weakest with age, such as the hands, feet, and lower legs. Many older adults describe circulation problems not only as fatigue, but as a constant feeling of coldness or heaviness in the extremities. Sitting too long may cause stiffness. Standing too long may create swelling or discomfort. In some cases, the body simply seems slower to warm up and recover physically throughout the day. This is why the warming effect of Cayenne became especially interesting. Rather than creating a quick burst of energy like caffeine, it often produced a steadier feeling of warmth and movement within the body itself. The preparation should always begin gently. Warm water is typically used as the base because it allows the cayenne to dissolve more evenly and creates a smoother effect overall. Most people start with only 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper to allow the body time to adjust. If tolerated comfortably, the amount can gradually increase to 1/4 teaspoon over time. Some also choose to add fresh lemon for a cleaner flavor and additional vitamin C support. This tonic is most commonly consumed in the morning before breakfast, when circulation tends to feel slowest and the body is just beginning to become active for the day. Many people notice the warming sensation spreading gradually through the chest, hands, legs, and feet shortly afterward. However, cayenne is not appropriate for everyone. Because capsaicin may influence circulation and blood flow, individuals taking blood-thinning medications or managing certain medical conditions should speak with a healthcare professional before using it regularly. What makes this tonic stand out is not simply the heat itself, but the way it appears to encourage circulation naturally through warmth, blood vessel response, and improved blood movement. And for many adults over 60, that gentle increase in circulation support can make everyday movement feel noticeably easier and more comfortable over time. But the number one addition stood apart from everything else for one important reason: consistency. While some ingredients created noticeable warmth or temporary energy, this one seemed to work more gradually and gently over time. And among all the combinations tested, hibiscus flower cold brew repeatedly became one of the most effective for supporting circulation in a steady, sustainable way after 60. Hibiscus has been used traditionally in different parts of the world for generations, but what makes it especially interesting today is its rich concentration of anthocyanins and polyphenols. These natural plant compounds are widely studied for their potential role in supporting blood vessel health, circulation, and overall vascular flexibility. As the body ages, blood vessels naturally become less elastic and more rigid, which may contribute to slower circulation, increased pressure inside the vessels, and that heavy or fatigued feeling many older adults experience daily. What made hibiscus different was that the effect often felt subtle at first, but more noticeable with consistency over time. Many people described feeling lighter during movement, less sluggish in the afternoon, and more comfortable in the legs after several weeks of regular use. Rather than acting like a stimulant, hibiscus appeared to support the body gradually through hydration and vascular support working together. The preparation method also matters. Instead of using hot water, cold brewing is often preferred because it may help preserve more of the delicate plant compounds naturally found in the hibiscus petals. 2 tablespoons of dried hibiscus petals can be added to 1 liter of cold filtered water and left to steep in the refrigerator for about 8 to 12 hours. The result is a deep red drink with a naturally tart flavor that many people enjoy throughout the day. For those who prefer a slightly smoother taste, a small amount of raw honey can also be added if desired. One of the most important lessons learned from this addition was that circulation support after 60 is rarely about quick fixes. The body often responds better to small, steady habits practiced consistently over time. And hibiscus seemed to reflect that principle perfectly. The improvements were not usually dramatic overnight, but with regular use over weeks, many people noticed that the body simply felt more balanced, refreshed, and physically responsive overall. What ultimately placed hibiscus at number 1 was not just the research surrounding its plant compounds, but the way it encouraged a long-term approach to circulation support. Gentle hydration, better vascular flexibility, and daily consistency together appeared to create a combination that many older adults found both realistic and sustainable for everyday life. And in the end, the most important lesson was surprisingly simple. Supporting circulation after 60 does not always require expensive supplements, complicated programs, or extreme routines. In many cases, the body responds best to small, consistent habits practiced daily over time. These water additions were never meant to act as miracle solutions. Instead, they aim to support circulation naturally through better hydration, plant compounds, and ingredients that may help the body respond more efficiently as it ages. What makes these additions especially practical is how simple they are to prepare. Most require only a few ingredients that can easily fit into an everyday routine. There are no complicated instructions, no expensive equipment, and no need to completely change an entire lifestyle overnight. And for many older adults, that simplicity is exactly what makes long-term consistency more realistic. It is also important to remember that trying everything at once is rarely necessary. In fact, starting with just one simple daily habit may often be more effective than overwhelming the body with too many changes at the same time. Sometimes the smallest routines become the ones the body responds to best when repeated consistently week after week. Over time, circulation support is often less about intensity and more about steadiness. The body tends to adapt gradually, especially after 60, when recovery and vascular flexibility naturally change with age. And while results can vary from person to person, many people find that small daily improvements in hydration, movement, and nutritional support may help the body feel lighter, warmer, and more physically comfortable over time. Because in the end, healthier circulation is often built through simple choices repeated consistently. One glass, one habit, and one day at a time. If you found this video helpful, take a moment to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest health discussions focused on circulation, mobility, healthy aging, and simple daily habits that may support the body naturally after 60. And if you've ever experienced heavy legs, cold feet, swelling, or poor circulation, share your experience down in the comments below. Many people are going through the same thing silently, and your story may help someone else feel less alone. Also, let us know which of these water additions you would personally try first. Was it the hibiscus cold brew, the beetroot drink, or perhaps the lemon and ginger water? And finally, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with a friend or family member over 60 who may benefit from these simple circulation-supporting habits. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.